Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm coming to you with our last Monday message for the year. I'm a little bit sad about that, but I'm mostly proud to think about everything that you guys have done over the last 10 weeks. It's been a lot. When we first left for remote learning, I thought it would be 2 or 3 weeks. I thought I would see you after spring break. I thought we would carry on with our Perfect Society project and that we would get to end the year together and talking about The Outsiders. So I just want to start this out by saying you achieved a lot. You did something that had never been done in the history of education in any country, and you did it well. The average grades for all four sections of language and lit are so high, and I'm so proud because it just shows your daily diligence and your commitment to doing your best no matter what the circumstances. I'll close at the end with a little reflection on how Robert Frost's poem really applies to what we've been through. But first, I want to give you just a little overview of this last week. I want you to finish strong. You've got this. You've already done all of the type of assignments that you will be facing this week. It's just your chance to really showcase what you can do the best, to bring your best preparation and to turn in your best writer's notebook entry. So today you will be working on the what if storyboard. This is a little different from the last time you did it because what I would like for you to do is have the first three panels feature different characters, really getting in there and thinking about how other people in the story besides Alma could have done something different, or what if they had done something different, how it might have changed the ending of the story. So for the first three panels should be three different what if questions and with some thought bubbles and with some dialogue with those other characters. And then remember, the fourth panel needs to show a different outcome. If someone had done something differently, how would the outcome of the story ended differently? So that's what you will be working on today. Tomorrow, you will get your discussion study guide that will help you create your talking points for your summative assessment on Wednesday. Tomorrow, you get to choose your best writer's notebook entry. So tomorrow, you will submit to the Google Classroom your best character sketch, or if you choose to have your best work be the emotional timeline or your storyboard. But really look at which one did you do the best. It has the most details, might have some colorful elements to it, visually appealing, but also full of detail. So make sure you choose your best because that is one of the last grades going into your grade book. And then you will get some contact either the next day or two from your group leader to start forming those groups of 3 students who will record a student-led discussion. And those student-led discussions need to take place on Wednesday. They are in place of your 30 minutes for a live session. But I'm totally going to leave that up to you guys, whether you work better in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. But I have put an 8 p.m. time limit on it so that my leaders have some kind of a range of time that they can expect people to be there. You will each get a copy of the recording that is made. You may make more than one recording. You're perfectly welcome to do that. Just make sure you submit to the Google Classroom on Wednesday the recording that best represents you. And then we will end this week with our last warm-up question in your writer's notebook. So I really want to say I was so pleasantly surprised by the way people continued to diligently use the writer's notebook. That made me feel really good about everything we had done this year and that you were ready to go. You were ready to use Membean. You were ready to go to study.com for little mini lessons, and you really maintained that writer's notebook through our deep study of character unit. So what I want to say to you is you've got this week. This is only going to make your grade better in my class if you care about grades. You're choosing your best work. You're preparing talking points for things that you can talk about. You will quickly see in preparing talking points, no summary is ever going to be interesting. So move away from summary, but you might use a what if scenario. Even if you don't turn in your what if storyboard, it might make for a really interesting discussion. So as I'm closing out my last Monday message to you, I'm really thinking about that poem that we read in The Outsiders and that we took a little time to look at. And it's the rhyme pattern that makes it memorable. It's why in the book, Johnny is able to remember it when he's in the hospital. It's why Ponyboy was able to remember it, to recite it to Johnny. And I'm going to kind of throw this challenge out here to my current 7th graders, just about to be 8th graders. I want you to think about this year. For me, I thought it was the best teaching year I'd had in over 20 years of teaching. I loved this group of students. You made me always feel very valued. I loved your excitement that you brought to class. I loved the way you would meet me at the door and you'd say, I can't wait to see what we're doing today. And that really meant a lot to me. And I want you to know that this really, I think, was my best year of teaching. And that's why it was so sad to me when it abruptly ended. But in the words of Robert Frost, I'm going to remind you that so dawn goes down today and nothing gold can stay. And that's how I feel about our year, my friends. But you know what I'm going to say next? Stay gold.